As Anita grew, so did the rumors surrounding her mystical powers. Whispers of her ability to bring both blessings and curses spread through Ikare village, and so people avoided Anita's gaze, afraid that she might curse them for no just reason. Despite the villagers' fear, Morenike loved Anita fiercely. She prayed daily, begging God for forgiveness and pleading for the prolongation of Anita's life. The people of Ikare, including their children, spoke of Anita in hushed voices. But Bisi, the wicked neighbor, would taunt Morenike recklessly with sly remarks about her mysterious child. One fateful day, Bisi, Morenike's neighbor, entered Morenike's compound, mocking her mercilessly. Anita, sensing the cruelty in Bisi's words, emerged from the shadows. Without uttering a single sound, she raised her hand and a strange force descended upon Bisi, robbing her of the ability to speak. Bisi cried and coughed while holding her neck, yet her voice didn't come back. The once mocking Bisi now stood mute, her eyes filled with tears and terror. This incident only fueled the villagers' fear of Anita, but Morenike's love for her daughter remained unwavering. Anita's birthdays became a spectacle in the village. On each occasion, she would venture into the whispering forest, adorned in vibrant attire, and dance in front of the ancient Iroko tree. Glimpsing ethereal figures always joined her in the dance, spirits only she could see. She usually danced from morning till evening without rest. Anita also invokes her spirit friends, unseen to the mortal eye, into her room, bringing an air of enchantment and mystery. Morenike, aware of the mystical aura surrounding her daughter, shielded her from the prying eyes of those who sought to exploit or harm her. Anita became a source of good fortune for Morenike, and anyone who dared speak ill of her or her mother faced dire consequences. As Anita blossomed into an 18-year-old maiden, her beauty captivated all who beheld her. Hardly will any human pass by without turning to take a second look at such beauty. Despite possessing mystical powers and not being able to speak, men from far and near still sought her hand in marriage, but she turned them away, choosing to remain in the company of Aremu, a young man who understood her without fear. Aremu became her voice, accompanying her to the markets, the farm, and the stream. Morenike was so happy that her daughter Anita was able to associate with someone. On the day Anita turned 20 years, the day she was prophesied to die, Morenike took extra precautions. She refused to let Anita leave the house. She locked every door and window and stayed indoors with her daughter, determined to defy fate. But mysteriously, she fell into a deep sleep. Anita, seemingly guided by an unseen force, opened the locked door and walked towards the lake. She greeted those who crossed her path. Surprisingly, they turned to look at her, astonished by the sound of her voice, as they have never heard her speak. Villagers passing by turned to look at her, surprised by the sudden warmth emanating from the otherwise silent beauty. The sun beat down relentlessly, and Anita, with a smile adorning her face, entered the water for a refreshing bath. As she ventured further into the water for a swim, an unseen force seized her strength. and with a smile as serene as the moonlit night, she drowned gradually. Knock, knock came the sound of Aremu's knock on the door. In shock, Morenike jolted up to reality. Upon awakening, Morenike discovered her daughter was gone. Panic set in. They started searching for Enitan and were informed by some villagers that she went towards the lake. Frantically, Morenike and Aremu rushed to the lake. With desperation in his heart, Aremu dived into the water in search of Enitan. Deep within the lake, he found her smile eternal. He brought her to the shore, but to their collective dismay, Enitan had already departed the mortal realm. Morenike cried. Morenike wept. Morenike wailed, her cries echoing